Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. During the break, we finished launching all the dry dock structure components into space. So we got this message that the dry dock was completed, and now we can start building the ship itself. Okay, so now I've got a new list of components that I need to get up into space. There are a few of these that we can't make yet because we haven't done the research. So fusion reactor is what we're working on now. And then we have spaceship command and astrometrics. So once we get those three done, we'll have all the spaceship components available, except for the faster than light propulsion system, which is going to take enormous amounts of research. So I want to get the components done besides the propulsion system so that we can start to assemble the ship. Most of these are fairly easy to make, mostly with stuff that we're already making. But the faster than light stuff is going to require us to expand the base more so that we can make massive amounts of science packs, which we haven't quite gotten to yet. But we will get into that soon. So back at the iron mine, or the iron smelting area, the last time I said that I wanted to expand this to 26 furnaces, so that would give us 2 blue belts per column. 26 furnaces per column will give us 2 blue belts on the output. What I didn't consider, though, is that doing that would also require more than a single blue belt of ore going in. I forget the exact number, but it was going to be something like 1.5 blue belts. And of course, that could be accommodated by using some underground belts and splitters and stuff like that. But then I'd be in a situation where I would need a 16 by 16 balancer on the input as well as on the output, and I just felt like it was going to start to get really messy. So I decided instead to cut the number of furnaces down to 13, which is a little bit more than what we need to fully saturate a blue belt. As you can see, we've got all these blue belts being completely filled by the furnaces, and the last couple of furnaces are occasionally idle because they're blocked on the output side. And then this uses more than a red belt but less than a blue belt of ore. So this way it keeps it a little more simple, more compact. And then if we need, later on, if we decide we need more plates, I think there's enough room here that we could fit 2 of these. I could have another ore input station here and another plate output station there. So I could probably fit 2 of these in a single block. Or we could just add, more blocks later. I kind of like the idea of putting 2 in here, though, because we're using a lot of belt here just to get iron from there to there, which seems like kind of a waste when we could fill this with more production. So, so I think as we expand, as we need more iron plate, I'll probably just double this inside this same cell here. And then when we need more still, we can create additional cells. Now here we've got 104 furnaces, which is pretty substantial, but I think we'll probably need another 2 or 3 of these before we're done. If we're going to shoot for like 1,000 science a minute, let's say, we're going to need a lot of iron plates. So, in the meantime, like I said, we've got the fusion reactor going, the research going. But if we come down and look at science, we can see that we're somewhat constrained by high-tech science packs. And those are being produced at less than our full production rate because of a shortage in blue circuits, and we've got a shortage in blue circuits because of a shortage in red circuits, and we're short on red circuits just because I didn't make this big enough. So let's correct that now so that we can get some more a little bit faster research here, and then we'll start to build some of these spaceship parts and get those launched. Now, one thing I could do is I could add some modules here, and that would help us out quite a bit. So I think I'm going to do that to begin with. And then if we still need more after that, then I will expand. To expand, I'll just have to move this this little production area out of the way, which wouldn't really be a big deal. But let's get some modules first, because I think that'll be a more efficient way to do it. I know that we need to expand our power soon, because I've seen a couple times that we were getting into the yellow on power. Oh, and all right, yeah, I still have level 1 speed modules on copper. So at some point, I'm going to need to come in here and shrink this down to 13 and upgrade the modules, just like I did with iron. We got level 3s there. Okay. So let's go up to the module place, get a refill. There we go. So, you know, we still have a lot of work to do, but I would say that the end is in sight. So if you guys have any ideas for what you would like to see in the next series, please let me know. To be honest, I've kind of been thinking about doing just a vanilla, like a vanilla mega base. I go back and forth with mods. I like using mods, but after I've done mods heavily for a while, I start to miss just the plain vanilla experience. And then I go back and I'll do vanilla for a while, and then I'll be like, you know, this is kind of boring without mods, and so I go back and forth. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to get at least one speed module hitting each of these units here. So let me request some underground belt. All right, thank you. Okay, so we can put one there. Right, so we can see that our crafting speed is down 60%, right, because of the productivity modules. And if I put in one speed beacon, that gives me 50% back. So crafting speed then is a little bit slower. It's 10%, essentially 10% slower than what we started with. But we've got a 40% productivity increase. Okay, so I need to hit these other ones next. I can get 4 if I put it right there. Right, so this is, I think, a good way to upgrade and get some productivity in an area where, you know, maybe you didn't initially design it to have modules and beacons, and you're retrofitting like I am right now. I think this is a good way to do it. Okay, and then I need another one here. Okay, so that'll boost red circuit production, definitely. Whether it will be enough, I am not quite sure. And it seems that the answer to that is no. It's still not enough. Where is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm using red circuits up there too. All right, let's do a little bit of hell mod action here. Oh no. Sorry, I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's look at high tech. I clicked the wrong thing. Let's look at high tech and let's look at production science packs and see what we're going to need as far as red circuits are concerned. Okay, so red circuits are required for the furnaces and they're required for the processing units and they're required for the speed modules. Okay, so if we break all those out, we can see that we need 360 red circuits per minute at a minimum. All right, so let's see what we're getting down here. Items per minute, 378. Okay, so that should be enough. Or at least it will be enough. Yeah. But let's bump it up a little bit more, because even though that's enough for the science packs, I'm also going to be consuming a lot of red circuits down here. So let's get this moved out of the way. All right, what do we need for these? Oh yeah, rails. That's why I put it here, because it was close to the rail. But I have all that roboticized now. Right? And am I putting gears into the robot network? I don't think I am, but that's easy to fix. We'll just throw in some provider chests there. You know, give them a couple stacks each. And now we have gears. Okay, so let's tear all this up. And I'm full. All right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't know why I have so many of these loaders. I think it's because I was upgrading. They're going to give me some back. Okay, that's fine. I don't need those. I don't really need that. I can always make another one later. I don't need those. Okay, and then we can put active providers, or active provider. Okay, get rid of the engine. We can get rid of that. I think I'm you know what, I'm gonna look for a mod that gives me more inventory space, because this is for the birds. Constantly having my inventory full, it's not enjoyable. And since I'm already using a lot of mods, what's one more? What's one more mod between friends? Yeah, I know my inventory is full. Alright, well, we can hit Shift-C and that'll get rid of a lot of junk. That helps always. Alright, yeah, stone brick, I don't really need repair packs. Okay, and I'll hang on to the rest of it. And I'll leave the brick there as a reminder of what once was. Okay, so let's, we'll just use bots to set up the production of those items. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we were making bulk rail loaders and bulk rail unloaders. And those have exactly the same ingredients. So it'll be convenient just to put 2 chests there, 1 provider, 1 requester. Okay, and then we'll connect these to the network. So we'll enable this one when the unloaders are less than, let's say 16. And we'll enable this one when the loaders are less than 16. Okay. Holy crap, 1.5K. Let's use a stack inserter. Yeah, you know, we don't need to go quite so huge on the iron plates. Let's just do like, let's just do 160. I'll just reduce these all by a factor of 10. I mean, you know, I don't really need these things to be producing as fast as possible. Okay, and apparently we already have the rest in the system. Okay, so we got that taken care of, and now we can expand this. This is all, I still got yellow belt on copper. All right, so I'm just going to double what we've got here. So I'll copy from here to the end, minus the roboport. We'll get rid of that underground there. And what else? Yeah, I want to get rid of that as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and set that up. And we'll have to patch things up a little bit. Man, it's really nice building the base when you have a lot of construction bots in the network. I don't do that a whole lot. Most of the time I'm just using my personal bots, but it is pretty nice. Oh, okay. I guess I did need that underground, didn't I? All right, let me grab. There we go. You know, and this should probably be upgraded to red belts at this point. Let me make some room here. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade this copper to red belts. And yeah, I know I could do this automatically, but it's not that big of a job, so I don't mind doing it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Okay, and then we just need to get that joined in. Okay. Pick up my plane. All right, so we're making a lot more red circuits now, and well, it'll take a minute before all this to catch up. Now I wonder if I need to upgrade this belt to red. Well, let's see. Let's use our tool here. Okay, no, we don't need a red belt. We're putting out 12.6 per second, as long as we keep it fed. And that's just a little bit less than a full yellow belt. Yeah, and everything is green, so we're not having too much trouble getting stuff put onto the belts. Excellent. You know, I'm going to upgrade it anyway. Yellow to red. I also need undergrounds. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade it anyway, just because if I decide to expand this further, I will definitely need more belt. So might as well do it now. Oh yeah, I use red circuits for blue science too. I didn't think of that. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. I like to see those things get backed up. Now, why aren't you operating? Well, you're still waiting for blue circuits. Okay. Well, hopefully this will take care of it. Okay, let me go get some more modules. We'll put some modules on the blue circuits too. That'll help a lot. And I know I've mentioned this before, but you know, the productivity modules are not so you can get more output. It's so that you can use less input. Right, and you might also say that using the assembly machine 3s, that the main benefit there is that you get more module slots. Not really for the increased speed, because you can, I mean, we can get ridiculous amounts of speeds with beacons and speed modules. So for me, it's like what I get excited about with modules is the productivity gains. Okay. Yeah, and it's going to be just not quite enough to get all of them. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we can start making a lot more blue circuits. Well, yeah, we will be making more blue circuits. Not a lot more, but a little bit more. They'll come out a little bit faster this way. About 30% faster. But we'll be consuming a lot fewer green and red circuits, which is the main benefit I'm after here. And if I consume fewer green and red circuits, I'm also going to be consuming less plastic. I'm going to be consuming less copper, less iron. The benefits kind of cascade downward. All right, let's do that here too. We'll put modules on all of our expensive stuff. Oh, I can't use modules on those. Okay, well then in that case, forget it. You can stay blue. See if I care. We should really be putting modules on the science packs too, but yeah. But we're gonna be building science packs elsewhere pretty soon. We're running low on acid for our batteries. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we need more sulfur. Okay. Now in this case, this increases speed. Since there's only 3 productivity modules in there, this will give us more speed as well as the productivity bonus. All right, but still, let's get another chemical plant in here. So let's move this over a bit. Right. Now here's the fun part. There we go. Okay, so now we got plenty of sulfur. All right, and we're still using the acid as fast as we can make it, but that'll be a definite improvement. Let me get my plane. Plastic, as far as I could tell, is being produced in sufficient quantities. Maybe it's not. No, it's definitely not. Okay, so we're going to need to boost plastic production as well, and probably upgrade all that to red belt. All right, first let me get rid of all this yellow junk that I've got. All right, and let's add a couple more plastic making machines. I'm going to have to move this pipe. Right. Yeah, I got rid of those yellow belts just in time. There we go. Okay. Now that is going to give me 15 per second, which is too much for a yellow belt. I'll just remove that part. And then we don't really need a splitter there. There we go. And then I think I'm going to have to clear some of this extra green circuitry from the belt here. Okay. Well, that looks better. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to keep up. We'll have to wait and see, because my belt got packed a little bit as I was upgrading it. Okay, so we're out of time already, but before we go, I do want to get the production of hull components started. I chose hull components to begin with because they only require steel and low density structure, and we already have both of those over at the rocket launch station. So it'll be easy to set that up, and we're going to need 10 of those. Okay, so what I can do is extend that a bit. And we'll set this up to make hull components. Will it take modules? No, it will not, unfortunately. We can I'll put in a couple speed modules just to speed it up. And then we'll put in 2 of those. And I'll make one of them long for the steel. All right, and then I'll put those into a chest. And we're going to limit that to, I'm going to limit it to 9 in the chest. Actually, let me wire it instead. I don't want to make extras because I don't think there's any use for the extra ones, and they take a lot of resource, so that's why I'm doing that this way. So we'll have this go until there are 9 inside the chest, and I'm assuming that they're going to only stack in ones. And then once that's full, then I'll put them in here, and we can start to launch them into space. But I'm just going to do it. I'm going to build them all first and then put them in there, like I said, just so I don't build any extra ones that are not really needed. It'll take a while. Okay, well, I've got 2, so let's make this 7. I'll take those 2 and we'll go ahead and get started. Awesome. Now the next rocket is going to be a long time coming, since we're going to be eating up all of the low density structures to make these things. In fact, I can even help it along a little bit. Okay, that's all of it. All right, so I'll just let this run for a while, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.